Um, you know, of folks that is coming into this world and leaving out from it. What I mean by coming, every nanosecond is probably something way smaller than that. A baby is born. Same time that a baby is born, somebody's passing away. So you got somebody coming into this life, brand new and fresh. As for somebody that's leaving out, no matter what the age is, you leaving out old, but you coming back renewed. Come back renewed means you come back in one of two places. You either going to heaven or you going to hell. We all have that one judge. Been talking about him in every podcast. I mention his name, call him God. He will judge you of your works and your actions, what you've done here on this earth. Some folks gonna say, "Oh, we helped out an old lady," things of that nature. He's gonna say, "Oh, that's nice, but that's not enough." That's good work that you did right there. But what have you really done for me? Have you really preached the gospel out to others? Have you told folks about who I am? Or have you slandered to that there is no God? There is no Jesus. There is no Holy Spirit. There's no this, no that. So like I said before, God's ultimate judge, and you got a baby coming to this world, not knowing anything, coming to sin. Then you got people that's leaving out, live very simple lives because they thought that they could live forever. You're not gonna live forever here on earth. For the spiritual realm, yeah, but it's only one or two places. And if you ain't going to the other place and you're going down there, then you really will truly believe in God and ask, can I get a second chance? I believe with some people he does get second chances for them to actually go back and preach the gospel and really change them for a certain mission. And there are others which they do not have second chances at all. And unfortunately, they reap the benefits of what they've done here on earth. So, ladies and gents, don't complain about anything. Because the moment you complain could be your last time on this earth. And that's true. I'm not going to play no more music, so I'm going to say this last part of the podcast. It's now October 22nd, 2016 at 0111, which is 12:11 a.m. in the morning. So for October 21st, 2016, Boss Ass Fridays, I said, stay humble, be grateful, love others, help out, and most importantly, keep God first in everything you do. The reason why I keep mentioning keeping God first in everything that you do, I keep mentioning all these things, I keep saying it. Even when I had the very explicit podcast is where I go off with my tongue, with the cursing, which I know I shouldn't be doing, period. The reason why, ladies and gents, always say, keep God first, keep God first, keep God first. It's because when you're going through a storm, and you don't know when the storm's going to end, over the trials, well, a certain part of the trial is going to end to where you got that period where everything, like, flows along together, and everything's not crazy and whatnot. But at the same time, you know, life is just, it's a plus way. It's not hidden horror like it's hidden horror we going through the trial. So the reason why I always say keep God first, it's because you have to. Because when you don't keep God first, you think your life is going great, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's gonna be at a period we about to go through that tough test, and if you don't know how to face it, then you are very much in the world of pain. I mean, the world of pain. I mean, you very much are in the world of, oh my goodness, I don't know how to deal with this. You know, and what's the reason? Because we tend to go after our own lusts, and we tend to think that we could do anything by ourselves while God's up. Whole lot of entrepreneurs is like that. You know, a lot of business people in the corporate world is like that. Most of them that got big businesses, they don't thank God for anything, and if they do, they're not very sincere about it. They just like, oh yeah, I thank God for this and this and this. They just pass it along. They're not being real serious with it. They just created a facade of saying, yeah, well, you know, at the end of the day, I just want to thank myself. Nah, you gotta thank God. You gotta stay humble. You gotta help others. You gotta be grateful. You gotta, help others and love others. Which is very hard for most folks to love other people. Right now, I'm looking at the country known as the United States of America, which I live in, and it's sad. It's sad how the media, but how certain individuals really, how they really are. How everybody's not loving each other anymore. Everybody's too busy with their own devices, doing their own thing. Everybody's not fully helping out each other. Everybody's just more of, I'm going to do my part, my section, and that's it. Nobody's staying humble. Everybody is being, complete jackasses and just being so cocky and conceited because they have the latest whatever, or they got this and they got that they better than anybody else. And folks are not being grateful anymore. Folks are still complaining. Folks may probably get a new iPhone, whatever, and still complain because the phone moves slow or something's wrong with it, and this and this and this. Or they get a new car and something starts to happen and they start complaining. Or for those who are in a relationship, start saying, oh, I can't do this anymore because so-and-so's not the person that I thought they was going to be, or whatever. Or folks just be complaining for whatever reason and not being grateful for what they have. I'm looking at this country and the ignorance that's happening right now. Racial tensions, that for some odd reason still happens. Presidential election, that looks very ignorant on both ends. U.S. might go into WW3 because we are so prideful and being a powerhouse that we fail to work with certain other countries and whatever. Or as the media likes to twist things up and scare people with certain tactics, that folks tend to forget that even a country could attack its own self if given the right devices and do what needs to be done to create false illusions to impact the rest of the people and have them live in fear of dictators that tells them we will protect you if you give up certain liberties. Or we're just going to take your certain liberties anyways and still do what we're going to do. I'm actually looking beyond the U.S. and looking at this world in general, and it's just sad as it was going on. But at the same time, nobody's not keeping God first. Everybody's following their own selfish, hateful reasons. And selfish reasons of me. It's about me. It's about what I want, what I need to do, and this and that. Ladies and gents, keep God first in everything that you do. Doesn't matter if the task is big or small. Doesn't matter if you're cooking food or drinking some water. Whatever it may be, keep God first above all else. Because if not, you'll be like the rest of this world, lost and hidden into destruction. Get to know God. And He could change any situation you're going through. Turn it clockwise for the better. What does this all pertain to business for? Because even in business, I can't do that. God has used Solomon, David's son. He used Solomon, bless him. Whatever business that Solomon was doing. With Joseph, folks know the story of Joseph, but do you really know the story of Joseph? How his brother sold him into slavery. How he was in prison because Potiphar's wife had set him up. Basically say, boy, I want you to sleep with me. He like, nah, you my master's wife. I'm not about to fall into that category and get caught up and slip up. So he ran. She grabbed the hemlet's coat, which ripped, had a piece of it. And most trifling women would be the first one to call rape. I believe that. That was the first rape case. It was one of many, but that was one of the historical ones inside the Bible, which is true. So after that, Potiphar ended up sticking through Joseph into jail. Like, because, Potiphar believed his boy, his servants, whatever, believed his wife. And said, throw Joseph in jail. Now, tell me, if Joseph was in jail, he would still keep God first. But you don't think that the brother was pissed off? You think that he's mad that he was angry? You don't think that he probably said a couple cuss words too? Like, Lord, when am I going to get out from here? But at the same time, he changed that situation to something greater. And got in goods with the guard, whatever. Because, he was helping out with other prisoners and things of that nature. So since God gave Joseph the gift of interpretation of dreams, the two servant dudes that was serving the emperor of Egypt at the time. One was a baker, I forgot the other guy was. The other guy got his position restored back. And whatever. Joseph said, we go back to Pharaoh. Tell him about me. Don't forget. Of course, you can't forget a couple of years. And then, remember, the baker had died. It's like a very deep analogy. We really go into depth into the story of Joseph. Well, I mentioned Joseph because God had a message for, not a message, but God had, let's go say like a journey. I can't think of the word right now. I'm tired, but yeah. God had Joseph set in a position that basically saved all of Egypt and the rest of the land on earth, low-key. But at the same time, because let's say Pharaoh was the president, and Joseph became vice president. So Joseph's business was vice president.